The title of this video makes it sound like it's gonna be a sad video, and that wouldn't be very Raven of me. This isn't gonna be a sad video. I want this video to be the most Raven as possible. I want it to be so Raven, as a matter of fact. Sometimes people can do bad things, right? Not even that. Sometimes situations can just be rough, and someone ends up getting hurt. Sometimes you get hurt. I'm an emotional, feely type of person, so sometimes when I get hurt, I don't handle it very well, and I kind of start wallowing in my self-pity, or I ignore it and think that I'm fine when in fact I'm not fine. So I thought we could talk a bit about that, right? Because it's something that is relevant to my life constantly, and I feel like it's relevant to most people's lives, right? Not everything is peachy, wonderful rainbow sunshine. Sometimes rough stuff happens and it rains, right? I tend to overanalyze bad situations when they happen to me and overthink on how I could have maybe not had that bad situation happen to me or how I can fix said bad situation. This is all fine and dandy, except sometimes you can't fix something. Sometimes something's just broken and there's nothing you can do about it. So when I overthink and I overanalyze and get all up in my head, it just makes it worse. So I developed a 3-step method, right? Because things sound good in threes, about how to deal with something when you just got hurt. 1. Acknowledge that you are in fact hurt. There's nothing wrong with getting hurt. There's nothing wrong with being sad. Sometimes you're just sad. Sometimes something bad happens, and as a matter of fact, you should feel sad when something bad happens to you. Recently, I was in a situation where I was hurt and I was lying to myself and I was like, no, I'm having a great fun party time. I'm not sad at all. I was sad. I was sad. And eventually what happened was I went up to a friend of mine who knew the situation and I said, okay, look, I'm not okay about this. And that was like a really huge step because I acknowledged that the feelings were there and I started feeling them the way they were meant to be felt. The second step of this process is to talk about it, right? Talk about what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and what are your thoughts on the whole situation. Preferably to someone. Maybe if you're a vlogger, talk to a camera. Maybe not even upload that video. Find some way to talk about it. Maybe write it down. Maybe sing about it. Maybe take a shower, dance it out, and yodel. I don't know, to each their own. I know for me, I learn the best when I'm hearing information, right? So almost when I'm talking to someone, it's not only talking to someone else, it's almost listening to myself, listening to my voice, and being able to process it from a different angle, being the ear angle and hearing it. This isn't true for everyone. I know some people like to write things down, some people like to move around, but I'm a listener. That's the way I am. And the third, final, most important, most difficult, and sometimes make it the problem worse step is to address the problem directly, right? Beating around the bush works, you know, temporarily. You gotta be direct about this sort of thing. Obviously, I'm talking about problems involving one or more people, right? And my opinion in this situation is that you should always be as direct as possible because even though people can get hurt by going direct, I like to think about it as ripping a band-aid off as opposed to just slowly working that crap off and just prolonging the pain and suffering and making it way worse, right? There are some situations that you're in where someone's gonna get hurt, where everyone might get hurt. It might just be a bad situation and you can't really do anything about it. So going direct and just hitting it head on will definitely make it easier in the long run. And it's also a good opportunity to maybe move forward because a lot of times people drag out the most insignificant problems and make it into this big thing and all of a sudden you're holding grudges at a person and you're never talking to them again and that's not fun, ever. Two people being connected and then not being connected is one of the saddest things about being a person. I think connections are one of the best parts, and as a result, disconnections are one of the worst parts. Basically, what I'm trying to say, and something that I wish I listened to myself every once in a while, is don't avoid a problem when it's happening. Go for it, deal with it head on, talk about it, figure out what happened, and move forward. That's really all you can do. Because everybody's gonna hurt somebody at some point in their life, and everyone's gonna get hurt at some point in their life. Bad things can happen to good people. Bad things do happen to good people all the time. And dealing with it is always a better option than either ignoring it or running away from it. And, yeah. That's all I gotta say. Pretty much the most important question to ask in any situation like this, though, is what would Raven do? You know, because the goal in life is to be the most Raven you can possibly be, right? To be so Raven, as a matter of fact. So Raven. I'd love to hear what all of you guys think about this. Raven, it's an inside joke from Playlist, and I just wanted to make a lot of jokes about it, and it's not funny at all, but I'm leaving them in. I'm leaving them in. As always, I'm AConMann. You've just become a little more awesome, and I will see you guys on Monday. You know those jokes that are like really, really funny to you, but to like 3 other people, maybe maximum? Not even, maybe. It might not even be funny to them. It might only just be funny to me. I think I have one of those right now, and I think it was repeated a lot of times in this video. I have fun. We have fun. I'm having fun right now. And I just burped. signifying the fun